Hello, brainy bunch. Welcome to our channel, Top 10s You Should Know. Ever feel like your intelligence is hiding in plain sight? Like you're not a genius because you don't have a PhD or speak 5 languages? What if I told you intelligence isn't just about grades? It's about how you think, feel, and even mess up. Today, we're revealing top 10 signs you're smarter than you think, from quirky habits to hidden strengths. These clues prove you're way more brilliant than you give yourself credit for. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's turn I'm just average into I'm a secret genius. Oh, and don't miss number 6. It's tied to Nobel Prize-winning research on creativity. Let's dive in. 1. You overthink everything. High IQ linked to analysis. Raise your hand if you've ever replayed a conversation for hours after it ended. Turns out, overthinking isn't a flaw, it's a sign of high intelligence. A Harvard T.H. Chan School study found people who ruminate have higher activity in brain regions tied to problem solving. Here's my ritual. I used to beat myself up for overanalyzing decisions. Now I reframe it as my brain's debugging mode. One viewer wrote, "I thought I was paranoid, I'm just detail-oriented." Science snack. Overthinkers often score higher on IQ tests. Pro tip, channel overthinking into journaling. Write down worries to quiet your mind. 2. You ask endless questions. Curiosity is genius fuel. Ever been told, stop asking so many questions? Good news. Curious people learn faster, retain more, and adapt better. A psychological science study found curiosity drives deeper learning and creativity. My wake-up call. I used to fear sounding stupid until I learned that Einstein asked stupid questions. Like, what would it feel like to ride a beam of light? One viewer raved, "I asked my boss 10 questions a day and got promoted." Science snack. Curiosity lights up the brain's reward center, like a dopamine-powered supercomputer. Pro tip, try the 5 whys method. Ask why 5 times to dig into any problem. 3. You're highly empathetic. Intelligence beyond IQ. Think IQ tests define intelligence? Think again. A Cambridge study found empathy is a core trait of gifted individuals. Your ability to sense others' emotions shows emotional intelligence, a better predictor of success than IQ. Here's where it gets personal. I used to think my sensitivity was weakness. Now I realize it helps me read rooms and build deeper connections. One viewer wrote, "I quit my job because I felt everyone's stress. I'm actually gifted." Science snack. Mirror neurons fire more in empathetic brains, enhancing social and creative intelligence. Pro tip, use empathy as a strength. Ask open-ended questions in conversations. 4. You love learning new skills. Neuroplasticity in action. Ever taught yourself guitar, language, or coding in your spare time? That's neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself. A Stanford study found skill-hungry learners had 40% more neural flexibility. My ritual, I learn one new thing weekly. Currently piano. One viewer wrote, "I taught myself Spanish and now I dream in it." Science snack. Learning creates new neural pathways, like upgrading your brain's Wi-Fi. Pro tip, mix skills. Pair coding with art to boost creativity. 5. You're a master of analogies. Creativity hack. Ever explain something by saying, "it's like"? That's analogical thinking, a hallmark of genius. A cognitive psychology review found analogies help solve complex problems by linking ideas. My mistake. I used to think metaphors were just for poets. Now I use them in work presentations. This project is a recipe. We need all ingredients. Result? Clarity. One viewer raved, "I explained blockchain with Legos and got hired." Science snack. Analogies train your brain to think laterally, key for innovation. Pro tip, try the metaphor game. Describe your day as a movie or weather report. 6. You have a wacky sense of humor. Laughter is logic. Ever crack a joke no one gets? Until later. A University of New Mexico study found people who appreciate absurd humor score higher on verbal intelligence tests. Why? Humor requires pattern recognition and creativity. Here's my ritual. I write jokes in my notes app. Some land, some bomb. But the act keeps my brain sharp. One viewer wrote, "I'm the office comedian and I just got promoted." Science snack. Jokes activate the prefrontal cortex, the brain's logic hub. Pro tip, watch stand-up comedy to train your brain's timing and wit. 7. You're a late bloomer. Genius isn't rushed. Ever feel left behind? A Yale study found many high achievers peak later. Genius often takes time to bloom. Take Julia Child. She started cooking at 40. My story. I didn't learn to code until 30. Now I run my own channel. One viewer wrote, I launched my business at 50. Turns out I was just waiting for the right moment. Science snack. Late bloomers often have higher resilience and creativity due to life experience. Pro tip, celebrate progress, not timelines. 8. You can't stop daydreaming. Creativity unleashed. Ever get lost in your thoughts and worry it's a waste of time? Wrong. A psychological science study found daydreaming boosts problem solving. Einstein called his daydreams combinatory play, where ideas collide. Here's where it gets real. I used to guilt trip myself for zoning out. Now, I set 10-minute daydream breaks. They fuel my best video ideas. One viewer wrote, I scribbled a novel plot while spacing out. Now I'm published. Science snack. Daydreaming activates the default mode network, your brain's idea factory. Pro tip, keep a notepad nearby. Capture those mental wanderings. Mub 9. Cold exposure. The Nobel hack for alertness. Okay, this one sounds wild, but hear me out. Nobel Prize-winning research on cold adaptation found short bursts of cold, like a 30-second cold shower, boost brown fat, which sharpens focus and courage. When I had a big pitch, I did a cold plunge. Result? My thoughts cleared like magic. One viewer wrote, I power pose and cold dip before calls. I feel unstoppable. Science snack. Cold exposure activates norepinephrine, a hormone that reduces anxiety and boosts clarity. Pro tip, start small. Splash wrists or take brisk walks. 10. You learn from mistakes. Growth over perfection. Ever mess up and immediately think, what went wrong? A Stanford study found this growth mindset is linked to higher intelligence. Mistake analyzers outperform perfectionists because they adapt. Here's my ritual. After flops, I ask, what's one tweak for next time? One viewer wrote, I failed 10 times, then landed my dream job. Science snack. Neuroplasticity means your brain learns from setbacks. Pro tip. Say, I haven't mastered this yet. Which sign surprised you most? Was it the overthinking? The daydreaming? Or maybe the part about humor and intelligence being linked? Drop your thoughts below. I love hearing your wins and realizations. You never know how your comment might inspire someone else to see themselves differently. Smash that subscribe button if you're ready to embrace your inner Einstein and keep discovering how your brain thrives, not just survives. And don't forget to tap the bell. This way, you'll never miss a tip that could shift your entire mindset. Until next time, remember, smarts aren't just about numbers. They're about how you see the world. Think like a detective, act like a scientist, and feel like an artist. Because genius isn't a label. It's a lens. Whether you're a late bloomer, a curious soul, or someone who's still figuring it out, trust me when I say, you're smarter than you think. So what's one thing you'll do differently after this? Maybe you'll lean into your empathy, or finally stop apologizing for overthinking. Whatever it is, let's celebrate it together. Hit me in the comments. I'm reading every word.